Good afternoon, members of the board. It's an absolute pleasure to have the opportunity to speak with Tata Consultancy Services and discuss with you how we're going to make you the #1 people's choice with regards to your Chinese operations. I'm here with my colleagues from B1 Consulting, and we specialise in the field of international human resource management and cross-cultural management, and so this is the angle with which our presentation is based. If you should put in place the recommendations that we're going to come up with today in the way that we recommend you do them, you will see the following outcomes within your firm. You will see improved information sharing internationally in the firm. You will develop a highly skilled labour force that you will be able to utilise across the entire firm, which will be internationally mobile. And all of this will see you serving larger, more profitable organisations. And these factors will combine to lead to you having a sustainable global solution centre based in China, second only to your main operations in India. Your company currently faces some identified barriers to your growth, and we have looked to mitigate these through our strategies. The first is an inability to meet human capital growth targets in China, due largely in part to a limited supply of qualified labour coming through the Chinese courses, and a lack of managerial skills within your staff. There is also an issue of how to capture the rising demand for IT services in developing markets such as East Asia. Language constraints within the company is a massive issue that is to be addressed, as is the need for rapid adaptability and flexibility in a very quickly changing industry. No firm is in a vacuum, and you are no different. We have identified a handful of key environmental factors. One such is the government. Obviously, in Communist China, the government is a major player for any firm, and you are very lucky in the relationships you have formed with them already. These need to be enhanced and strengthened. The government will be a key client, with their scale absolutely vital. Also, the other players in your industry. Infosys is a key competitor of similar size and scale to yourself. Other than them in the industry is very much fragmented, with most suppliers small. In fact, 70% of them have fewer than 50 employees on their books. It is, however, a high-growth industry, growing even faster than the rapid-growing Chinese economy. Now I'm going to pass on to Dana, who will deal with the alternative growth plans that we've come up with for your firm.
Thank you, Amelia. We have evaluated your business and come up with 3 key alternatives which we think you need to consider. Firstly, you can choose to exit China or continue to grow your operations within China. We think this is an undeniably obvious choice. If you continue to grow your operations in China, you can take advantage of the large and growing software market, which is currently growing at 20% in the sector. You can also take advantage of the low-cost labour force and look into the untapped labour talent pool for future value. Next alternative that you should consider is to focus on price competition or to focus on product quality competition. Again, we think this is a very clear choice. Focusing on quality competition will create a competitive advantage for your company and allow you to become a #1 people's choice. You'll also be able to drive into the high-value clients and towards the high-end services, which is ultimately where the money's at. You'll also eliminate risk of predatory pricing, which we know is a major concern for you. The third alternative for you to consider is to create a strong local brand image or to build a large global brand. Again, a clear choice. Going global, your options for expanding are limitless. You can capture valuable multinational clients and capture economies of scale. All the while, you'll be able to create certainty and consistency, irrespective of location. I'm now going to pass you on to Tessa, who will give you the recommendations we've come up with for your business.
Thank you, Dana. We've identified 3 recommendations that we think your company should employ. The first recommendation is that you modify your current business model. Currently, we think that your business model is really sustainable, and the focus on creating a global brand is a great strategy. We do suggest that you introduce a translation centre. This will encourage rapid dispersion of innovation throughout all facets of your global business. In this way, everyone within your company will benefit from knowledge spillovers. The second strategy that we recommend is that you define your target segments. Here you will actively seek large-scale clients. In this way, you will differentiate yourselves by producing high-end solutions. This will enable you to capitalise on the trend towards a more mid to high-end products, and you will also here avoid predatory pricing with small firms that could potentially have lower cost structures, and we know this is a key concern for you. The third strategy that we've recommended is that you improve your human resources. Here we've done this within 3 facets. First of all, we believe it is very important that you increase your current staff numbers. Some strategies here that we have suggested is that you improve your current marketing and branding so that all potential employees know that you are the big global organisation to go for with the opportunities. Here you could also create transparent internal training and development opportunities, which we know that you have identified that graduates find very appealing. The second facet here is that you improve your managerial skills. One strategy that you could go about this is that if you identify the top 10 talent within your firm. Here, this top 10 talent could be sent overseas where they could be exposed to management and language skills that they could bring back into your company. We also suggest that you introduce some in-house mentoring. This way, the young graduates will be exposed to leadership skills at a very early stage so that they can slowly progress further up into the management chain. The final recommendation that we have within improving your human resources is that it's really important that you address the shortage of practical skills. We know that this is a major issue within the Chinese market, especially with all the competing IT firms for graduates. Therefore, we suggest that you create a strategic alliance with ABCC. This way, you will be able to have a really good grasp over the graduates that are coming out of this with all these practical skills. Finally, we suggest that you introduce a partial scholarship and internship program. This way, you will be able to grasp high school students before they go into university, so that they will be bonded to your company once they graduate. Therefore, you're ensuring yourself a large base of graduates for when they finally graduate with the skills that your company needs. I will now pass you on to Emily, who will run you through the implementation of these strategies.
Thank you, Tessa. Firstly, in the short term, we believe that your firm should negotiate the strategic alliance with ABCC, which is vital. Alongside, you should also introduce the scholarship program and summer internships, and also introduce the performance-based bonuses, especially for the management. In terms of medium term, we're looking for introducing the mentoring program, actively seeking these large-scale clients, and also sending the top 10% of the high performers overseas placements, which we believe is a clear strategy that will lead to better staff. This will all lead to the long-term strategy, which you've outlined for us as being very key. This is China becoming a sustainable global solution centre for all operations domains. Now, in terms of the resources here, firstly we have the human resources. Now, you've outlined that you are wanting 5,000 staff by 2014. We believe that this is realistic if you follow our strategies. In terms of physical, you're looking at increased infrastructure, and financial, the big ones here are the salary bonuses and perks, the student scholarships and wages, and the international training and placement costs. In terms of the costs involved in these, we've outlined a clear 4-year strategy for you. I won't go through the details of this, however, should you choose our consulting firm, we will take you through these in great depth. However, if you look closely, over the next 4 years, it comes to an outlay of approximately 2% of net profit annually, which we believe is feasible for you to do through retained earnings. So what will the benefits that you'll see? You have a really good annual growth rate as it is. However, we expect that this will be increasing growth with this global approach. This will increase the core company businesses due to these increased global skills. In terms of the human capital, you'll have well-trained and educated staff, which will bring in more firm revenue, and better staff incentives, which will lead to increased retention. You will be number one's people's choice. In terms of the global, you will align with multinational clients, which will lead to increased business with larger clients. So finally, as Amelia alluded to earlier, these are your outcomes. You will have a highly skilled labour force, improved information sharing internationally, and servicing large, more profitable organisations, leading to, in the long term, sustainable global solution centre operating in China. We thank you for your time.